Yes, hooray! Woo! You know what I need to do? I need to do this. How stupid am I? Yay! Yay, team! Let's get out of that one. I have to do a couple of technical things to make things quiet in StreamYard. I still have my ear set up because I was listening to Rick right up until the last minute. The last minute. So let me turn this off. Maybe. Power off. Excellent. I had to come in the house and get dressed. If you know, you know. I have been out listening to Rick, enjoying his show, all the things, all the party. Wasn't that phenomenal? Fun. Absolutely fun. I'm so glad that so many people blessed that man. He is just a gift to our community. Let's start out with greeting everybody before I go into talking because, well, if you know, you know. Let me turn down this volume. I'm going to follow along with this as well as my screen. The first one in the house was Ivy. Hi, Ivy. Welcome. Good morning to you. I think it's morning. No, it's afternoon where you live. Hi, Ivy. Greetings. And then Terry. Rick is eating raw ribeyes right now. I did hear him. And I'll tell you, I have another prop down here because that's why I bought him food. Now, at work, you guys know, and Amy knows I repeat this all the time, with my OSHA approved hearing devices, I hear Rick and it drives me crazy. It's not Rick. It's not only Rick, folks. If anybody is eating and these things are stuck in my ear when I'm at work, that's all I can hear is the smacking and the slurping and all the things. Today's his birthday. Let it go, Jerry. That's why I got him what I got him. And then when the meat showed up from Barry and he started eating it, I about died. Hey, there's Amy. Hi, Amy. Welcome. I'm wearing my super red lipstick. Amy, that lipstick that I ordered from your site, Amazon canceled my order. Don't ask me why. I don't know. You know, I have a problem with technology. Nevertheless, I'm going to go back on it and order it. Now, this is my Mac go-to color. I bought this in the airport because I realized I did not have any lipstick when we last went on vacation to Florida. And I said, oh, hail. If you know, you know. Like Cindy says, hail to the no. I need lips. So that's why I put the red lips on to give it a pop and look like Amy, except with platinum hair. If you know, you know. And Amy's going to get ready to go to her friend's 50th birthday party. Fabulous. I hope you have a fun time. There's my girl, Lizzie. Lizzie and I are in solidarity because we know we have our fingers on the pulse, don't we, Lizzie? Yep. We made a sister bond, not a blood bond because, well, you can't blood bond on the internet, but her and I, right, Lizzie? Right. Let me continue on with the chitters and the chatters. Brian Dish is here. Hey, hi, Brian. Good to see you. I noticed that I did not say hello to you on Rick's Live. My apology. Hello, and welcome to this live today. I was setting up. Donna's here. Excellent. Donna's here. Donna, we're going to talk about Barbara's live. We're going to talk about the live that happened on Mitch's live, all the things. Now, I do not know how to take from what is on my screen and implement it into this chat. So I don't know. I'm going to start off first. And then, if anybody wants to, I'm going to put the link down below. I think I have the link here. I think. I don't know. I'll put that down there for if anybody wants to hop on. Let me continue down there. Well, thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate you. It's that sun-kissed look. Sun-kissed. Not the orange juice either. I'm heading out to the sunshine with a jar of coconut oil and iodine. You go, Terry. I am in a competition right now with the man, the legend, Gary No Slow. I call him Gear Bear. We're competing for who's going to be the tannest. Let's go. Carnivore Junkie, welcome. I am glad that you're here. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. There's Sandy. Sandy, I got to talk because I brought props and I'm going to talk about you and Rick and all the things. So funny. Nose blowing. I know. The sneezing, sometimes we can't help the sneezing. Now, if I am on a live right now, I can hit the mute button. But the coughing and the sneezing and the slurping only with the OSHA devices. When I am on, let's say, a panel, I don't hear those noises because it's absorbed by the room. It's absorbed within the computer. Ears in, oh, hail to the no. It's super. Oh, no, Jerry. I know, Amy, I'm bummed, but I still have the backup Mac. And Mac Cosmetics is probably loaded with a bunch of junk, but I do like Mac Cosmetics. Pricey, but good. I know, kiddo. Bummer. It's Amazon. It's not you. And Amy just put her red lipstick on too. Excellent. We have solidarity. Earphones pick up the little noises like the tweet speakers you would get in a car called the highs. Also, that's why I'm cognizant of where my cell phone is when I do the car lives. I have to keep the defrost on to be able to defrost my window to an extent so I can look out the window. But I'm cognizant of the noise. So sometimes I have to let my car warm up in the winter 10 minutes to get that defrost going. If you know, you know, sister. And I know we know. Oh, Lord have mercy. I put down, that was an accident. That was an accident. That's not the log on to get into the chat. Oh, Lord, let me put it on here. I wanted to put this on here. Oh, me and technology. Okay, I just put the coffee link down because this is an extension of Rick's party. If people still are thinking to get Rick a cup of coffee for his birthday. So happy birthday to Rick. This is the extended version. Thank you, Rick. Rick said too when he ended. He didn't want to step on me. Not to worry, Rick. That's what God made replays for, correct? Barbara's here. I am here, but I need to leave for my walk before Thomas. I know. And I'm going to end before Thomas because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody put down in the chat, Thomas's live starts at Central Time, 3 o'clock. Or 4 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. Somebody chat that in there. I don't have that to reference here. So I hope to be off. I want to be off by the time Thomas goes live. Everybody saying hello. Brian's in the house. Hey, Brian. You were very good on Barbara's chat yesterday, Brian. You were, boom, right there. And we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that later. Boom, right there with getting that. I want to call him a troll. Nobody knows who he is. We can speculate it, but sometimes things have to be said right to people's faces. We shouldn't go behind people's backs, right? Correct. Everybody saying hello to everybody. My Carnivore Chronicles said, hi there, Jerry. Working and listening. Wanted to say hi. Okay. If you are working and listening, do you have hearing devices plugged in your ears? Because later in the show, I'll be doing something offensive and I don't want to blow out your ears. That should make everybody think, right? Right. Lizzie is correct. 3 Central. Excellent. Thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate you. Ellen, I hope it's beautiful down there, Ellen, like it is up here. It's just over 70 degrees, but I'll tell you, when you're out in the middle of a forest on a black lounge chair like I have, naked, regardless, it is hot. And all the tea in China, or the iced tea without sugar, double brewed, still you're hot. I need one of those oscillating sprinklers over my body. But then the cold affects me, and well, ladies, if you know, you know. Just saying. I won't go into it because, well, this is not Jerry After Dark. Lance is here. Good afternoon, Lance. Welcome. I am sorry that I missed your live today. You know I'll be listening to it later on the replay. I'll catch it on the replay. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Oh, I heard there was some good action on Barbara's chat. Yes, there was. So good. And I'll tell you, Barbara handled it like boom, boom, boom. I think she's gone right now. She's doing her walk. She wants to do it before Thomas, so I understand. 4 p.m. Western time. Thank you so much. I will be done by 3 o'clock. Right now it's 12. It's 12:10. I just started. Yikes. Yes, I have one AirPod in my left ear. I can hear everything you're saying, but I can't read the chat. My phone's in my pocket. I know what you speak of. Same thing at my job. They will not allow these phones to be out because I think they think that we're taking pictures and we're doing spy things. Please. I am 65 years old and I do not want to go to jail and risk my job taking any pictures of anything in my job. Why? If you guys knew the secrets that I am taking to the grave with me, what I've seen, who I've sold properties to, who bought properties with me, who my clients are, your mouth would be agape. Just saying. And these are secrets I'm taking to the grave. So when people say to me, friend, I have a friend out there, brother from another mother. So when my brothers and sisters from other misters say to me, Jerry, can I tell you a secret? Boom, it's in the vault and it ain't going anywhere. Lock it up, put it in the memory bank, shut it down. That's what I say. Secrets, your secret's safe with me. Everybody say hi to everybody. I can talk and text and go for it, girl. I love offensive. Yesterday, that chat was just flying and flying. It was so flying, so fast. I could barely keep up myself. Everybody saying hi to everybody. I just hit it so that you all get acknowledged. I feel like I've seen you before, Lance. Funny. Oh, good. Barbara's still here for about 15 minutes. Excellent. Excellent. Right, Brian? You seem so familiar. Hey, Dawn, you are doing a great job. So if anybody's wondering who, hang on 1 second, Dawn is, that's my Carnivore Chronicles. That's Dawn. Yes, she is. She's doing a fabulous job. Dawn is. LOL, Lance. Ellen says, I'm never going to get these weeds pulled with all the live streams. Yesterday, we had really huge rains, tremendous rains. And when you have rains, it's really easy to get the weeds picked up and pulled up. However, for me, it's a matter of bugs. And I'm going to talk about that as soon as I'm done with the chat. I want to be able to acknowledge everybody because everybody's saying hi to everybody. Donna Ray's here, of course. Hey, Donna Ray. Donna Ray had a fabulous live yesterday. I've got to get out of the chat. It's so hard not to talk with all the great people here. I know it is. And Lizzie's saying, I agree, Jerry. It's hard for people to talk about things they need help with. And if it's asked for it to stay a secret, I think it should be. Girl, that's why I love you. You are, Lizzie, you are spot on 100% right. There's Kelly. Kelly came in to the girls live on Mitch's channel at the last minute. Barbara, with all her talents, I know Barbara's got talents. Barbara knows things, and she's laughing right now. Girl knows things. She can get stuff on the screen, on a live, and talk about it. So what Barbara talked about yesterday, I'll just talk about this for a little bit. What Barbara posted yesterday in her live was the, let's call it a Mitch moment, where I showed how when I go to the stores, namely Victoria's Secret, go bra hunting and picking up bras. The only thing that changed for me personally is the band width. The cup size stayed the same. Triple D, and if I can't find triple D, there's no such thing as E and F. You go from triple D, bam, right to G. So Barbara showed that yesterday, and you should have saw the faces of Mitch. Now, I've seen Mitch before because Barbara played that night in there. This time I looked at Kelly, and I saw Kelly do this. Kelly was so embarrassed. Kelly's thinking, I can't believe these dames are doing this stuff. That's what we do, Kelly. We do all the things. The unreverent girls that we are. No, I'm still a Christian girl, and I don't show all the things. When the Amazon person comes to my house, boy, I'm running for that robe. If you know, you know. Nobody's going to see none of my junk in my house. Hey, Kelly. Everybody, hi to everybody. I'm going to whip through the chat here. Well, I'm not shy with my opinions. Excellent. That's why I love you, Ellen. But I'm also very discreet with confidential conversations and keeping it secret too. You gotta be. You have to be. I hear you. Hey, there's Diana. Hi, Diana. We have a company up here, Haas, that does construction, and they do in northwestern Wisconsin, and they do lay things such as concrete and asphalt and all the things. So when I see your name, I can't help but think of the company Haas Construction up here, Haas Concrete. Hi, Diana. And Kelly said, I can't get my yard mowed because of the rain, but I did get the trimming and weed eating done. Fabulous. Fabulous. All the hellos here. And Wendy, hi to Wendy. Wendy says, hello. I stayed and watched Rick to the very end. Me too. I did on my device. And then Rick ended before my live started. So I hear what you're speaking of. I did too. Fabulous show. Who knows? I don't know the answer to this. Who knows how many people were maxed out on Rick's chat today? I know we didn't bust 100, but it got right up there. And I want to venture to say over 70, but I don't know what that magic number is. And I'm sure Rick is eating now because it's well deserved. Hi, Donna Ray, all the hellos. And Dawn is saying the best, most comfortable bras I found for us, well, and down from Lane Bryant's. Is Lane Bryant still in business? I have to order mine truly from Victoria's Secret because, well, I can get them online, the size that I need, fits me perfect, and I get the leggings from there too, as well as from Spanx. Also, when and if I ever have to return them or other people that return them, and I see them in the store, the triple D's or the G's, and I just so happen to be there, I scoop them up lickety splickety because those of us girls are out there that are, shall we say, well endowed. We're out there. We are. Lizzie's laughing at me. It was hilarious. I know it was totally funny. Oh, my dog, Mitch's face. Mitch's face. If you get a chance to watch it, watch Kelly. Kelly is beet red. Brother from another mother, beet red. Now, I met Kelly this time last year was the first time I met him. I thought, what a gentleman. He's just does not look his age either. None of us do, nor do we really act our age. We'll just leave it at that. Jerry, it's been a long time since I had an adult woman in the house. Brother, I hear you. How did you guys like me singing in a Marilyn Monroe? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I actually thought, just the thought, to do the hair all Marilyn Monroe-ish, like you guys know I do with the rollers and the lipstick, and I was going to put down a little beauty mark on there and do a video. That's too much time. I cannot deal with that. It's just me in the sun. I needed to hurry up and get out there, throw my hair up just to do this live to entertain you guys right now. Cool. Everybody saying hello to everybody. See, Kelly, now you have a couple dozen of us babes in here for you. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Dawn, it's been a while. Maybe I just missed you. Hello. You got to look at Kelly, Ellen. Kelly, you got to look at yourself on that video, whether you go to Barbara's channel and see that reenactment that Barbara redid, because I said Barbara knows things. She can get stuff on the screen and show her screen at the same time. I just learned about how to do applause on my channel. Lame, loser, lame-o. Is this right or is this right? I don't know. This looks right to me because it's my left hand, but this is my right hand. So is the right correct? Loser moment? Just saying. Asking for a friend, as they say. And Lizzie's saying, yep, I get plenty of whatever if it works. I hate spending money on junk. It's a pet peeve. You know it is. The Lane Bryant nearest me closed, said Wendy. I shop the large sizes too. The Under Control brand is great for workouts, but tough when the shoulders are sore. I know. Exactly my thought too. At work, minimizers are a beautiful thing. You just can't. Me, don't want to always show my endowment, shall we say. I'm going to keep it on the down low. Certain things should not be revealed. If you know, you know. Thank you. Thank you very much, my Marilyn Monroe voice. Everybody keeps saying hello. I do have platinum hair. I know I do. True. And I don't ever want to dye it. I used to actually dye my hair. Shoot. I forgot I was going to bring pictures from my wedding and talk about that. Oh boy. Yeah, my happy birthday song. It was fun. It was fun. How long have you had my gray hair? Ever since I shouldn't say it, before I retired from real estate, before we moved up north. And I used to dye my hair and frost it with, the foil and the weaving and the aluminum foil and all the things. Well, it got to the point I wanted to grow it out. So the roots started looking like a skunk. And one time when after we've already moved and I was down south and I went to the beautician with a set appointment for a frosting, a dye, color, bleach, the whole 9 yards. I just told her it was probably this much roots, shorter than most boys. I had told her, buzz it, not to my skull, but get rid of it. Get rid of all the color. Just keep me with the roots. I'm going to start. So I come home and the husband about lost his poop. I'm telling you, he looked at me as though, what did you do? What did you do? And why did you do it to your beautiful, long, sexy hair? Because it was time. I didn't want to walk around looking like a skunk. I did not. My name is Ellen Diana. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that name, Diana. And of course, I'm going to say this because the first thing I think of when I hear the name Diana is Charles's wife, Lady Diana. That's the first thing I think of when I hear the name or see the name Diana. It used to be Diane Carroll from the old TV show. Yesterday, we were on Donna's channel and we were talking about all the TV shows from the 60s and doing a blast. We had a gas of a time. Oh my goodness, where do I start? Let's talk about the Mitch Live first. Oh, thanks, Ellen. Okay, that was the last one. Okay, Wendy here's here. Wendy said, I used to dye my hair. My son asked me to stop, so I would look like a mom, and people would stop asking for introductions. Too funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Get Ellen's. Oh, I was telling Diana my name was Ellen. Oh, I get it. I thought that was Ellen Diane. I thought that was your middle name. Okay, caught up with the chat. Now I got a cough. Of course. Get the mute button, Jerry. Here goes. Otherwise, that would be rude. Just rude, Jerry. It's darker now anyway on carnivore. Fabulous. My hair is not changing, even though being on carnivore right now for 3 years. I don't think it's ever going back, and I'm happy for that. Amy says, I'm happy to see Mitch apologize to Kurt and Kurt accepted. Yes, me too. That's why I named this live today. Let me go here. First steps into peace negotiations. I called it that, and I took a picture of my feet just because I was outside, meaning steps. So, with that being said, I am very happy. Kurt is one of the OG's original gangstas to the team. Funny as all get out. Funny like Spanky. The two of them, fabulous guys. Absolutely fabulous. But somewhere in translation, shenanigans happened. Now, I did see the video, the film, the video, the live, where Kurt was saying that he is taking a break from the carnivore. He clearly stated it, said he was leaving, taking a break from all the things. In that video, if you get the opportunity to see it, you're going to see a bigger, not necessarily a bad thing, but a bigger Kurt than what he is today. So he said he was stepping away from the carnivore community. Not forever. He stepped away for his health, his family, his personal welfare. Now he's saying, I'm back. That doesn't mean that Kurt is a poo disturber. Does not mean that. So all of the Mr. Potato Heads out there and Charlie the Tunas out there, we don't know who they are, but we should not run the risk of speculating and saying, oh, I think it's this person or this girl or that girl. Stop. This is Susan Powder moment. Stop the insanity. Today was a good day. Mitch was on the live on Rick's channel. Mitch, let me get back to my phone here. Mitch had, in his Mitch way, apologized. Mitch said that he did not ban Kurt, and Kurt is welcome to come onto the panel. Now, let's talk about yesterday before Barbara gets off. I mean, good thing Spanky's not here. He would have twisted that around. I love you, Spanky. Before Barbara goes into her film, going into her doing her walk, for example. Okay, so Barbara yesterday, Uncle Charlie showed up. Whoever he is, nobody knows. People are speculating. Is it this person? Is it that person? Who cares? He came into the chat and we put the person in their place. Who has got time? I don't have time to be an imposter. You will not see me be an imposter on, I'm going to pick on her because I always do, Amy's channel. You're not going to see me be Fred Flintstone or Wilma Flintstone 123, putting derogatory, malicious, evil, nasty things and pretending to be somebody that I'm not. Who has time for that? Who has the mental bandwidth to deal with that type of shenanigans? Who does? I don't. I'm a grown arse woman. I don't have time to deal with that. So this person, Uncle Charlie, kept putting things down, saying, because he's been saying this for the longest time in all the chats. I'm going to go back to the chat shortly. saying it all the time in all the chats, how he eats a pound of Wagyu beef every day and 6 eggs, how he took a cruise and all he ate on the cruise was steaks. And then the torch was the light that lit the fuse yesterday was when Charlie went on Mitch's morning show yesterday, Friday, and demanded that Mitch give him a free membership to Mitch's channel, to which, and of course, the chat's going on. Everybody was making comments, everybody and their mother. Brian was very good. Brian was the guy standing in the street. Nell, I'll save you, Nell, and defending a lot of us women. So Brian was right there, keyboard word, in addition to all of us. So I made the comment, I'm talking fast. Don't anybody do hyper speed to catch up with how I'm speaking right now. So I said, do you not realize, Uncle Charlie, that when people, and he named Thomas, he called Thomas out. Thomas is not in the chat. Oh, I just see him right now. Thomas is in the chat. So, hey, Thomas, I see you. I'll acknowledge you shortly. Glad you're here, Thomas. So he said, Uncle Charlie said, well, Thomas gave me a free membership to that. I said, whoa, hold the phone. Thomas, Barbara, any of the other creators. I'm just trying to think of who the creators that would do this. Jason does keto in Canada, for example. They give out free memberships. Understand, everybody, branded accounts that now I'm going to name names. Amy's account, Jerry, my account, Mitch's account, to name 3 names. We are branded accounts. Branded accounts, branded, do not have this in this little $ on the bottom here. Watch what happens when I hit my own channel and I hit the $. See on the bottom? It says membership gifting. Watch what happens when I hit that, because I'm a branded channel. I'm sorry for the reflection, everybody. It shows this. Buy gift memberships on a branded channel, my channel, it shows this. If I want to buy them, I have to spend my hard-earned money and buy them. I do not have the icon being a branded channel that can give 10 memberships away like Thomas. Thomas, that's a good thing. Barbara does the same things. Those are good things. Those 2 individuals do not have branded accounts. Nobody, please do not misconstrue. I'm not picking on Barbara and Thomas. I'm just stating facts about what this $ means to everybody. There we go. On a branded account, on my account. So please, nobody asked me to give you a free membership. Remember, I am not afraid to have parties and do gifts and all the things on my channel. I love it. I love to give and gift people. That's my nature. YouTube, I make pennies, as everybody said. I do not have things. I do not sell things. I enjoy the friendships that I have. Sure, I have a buy me a coffee. So does Rick. Rick does not have the $. We cannot give Rick money. I was driving this past week in my car while I was on vacation. Amy had a live. I hit the button, the gift button, because I was driving. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am. I hit it. It was convenient. One pay swipe. I made my comment, talk to speak to type, I mean. Hit the comment, hit send, 1 finger send. I could not drive safely and hit the buy me a coffee to be able to buy Amy a coffee during her live. So it is what it is. I am grateful for any gifts that I give, but please understand, I am very grateful for thumbs up, all the comments, all the subscribers. I'm grateful for when you guys send and refer me to other people, when you share my link. I'm happy that you're sharing my video with somebody else. And here's a little secret I learned from Kevin. When you hit the share button, you get that acknowledgement. YouTube satisfies that experience of you sharing. I have to go to the chat. I have to go to the chat and acknowledge all the folks. I'm going to not read all the hellos, so please don't misunderstand. I'm grateful for everybody being here, so I want to make sure I say hello to everybody. Amy said, that's the only reason I brought up in Rick's live. Mitch was there and I felt compelled to facilitate the healing. Absolutely. And for those of you that remember Barbara's Monday live, when I went off with my exorcism and I was doing this, the power of Christ compels you. That was a hilarious video. If you can go back and watch that video, we had Juju peeing in her pants. So much laughter. Spanky was as beat, or no, John was as beat red in his face like his shirt. We were having a blast of a time this past Monday on Barbara's channel, laughing about all the things. We're just a bunch of stupid people. Not stupid insofar as intelligent, goofy. We are a bunch of goofy broads that are having a great time and bringing our brothers along with us and laughing and sharing and all the things. For those of you that are asking, why am I in the basement at summertime when I should be outside? The husband's upstairs playing music, and I can't afford any copyright strikes. So there you have it. That should answer that question. Let's go, Jerry. Let's go. He took a break, and this is how we welcomed him back. Not cool. Absolutely. Hey, Aaron, I'm glad you could make it. Yes, stop the insanity. Amen. These shenanigans are why I wanted to stay keto. LOL. I'm like, I don't want all that drama. Isn't that true, Amy, and everybody else? But I'm specifically talking to Amy right now. Isn't that true how the keto people won't cross over with us? Why? Because of this type of Bolshevik? If you know, you know. I want to talk about this for just a moment. This came from a keto person. Whoops, upside down. This came from Cindy DeManch. She sends cards to people. It was my and Jack's 27th wedding anniversary yesterday. And if I may, let me state this other fact. I just found out yesterday that it was Juliet and Doug's 33rd anniversary on the same day. Oh, Diana became a new member. How can I get that on the screen? I don't know. But Diana is showing that she became a new member. Welcome, Diana. Thank you so much. I am glad to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, he sure is funny. He is awesome. Thank you, Jerry, for addressing the free membership and cheap Wagyu issue last night. Absolutely. Also, just so you guys know, and try this out for, as they say, poops and giggles. Okay, try this out. Hit the $ on the bottom. Everybody that's a member, hit the $ on the bottom, and you're going to be able to see something pop up that you can share right now on this live that will tell you and all of us in the chats how long you've become a member. Kind of a cool feature. So hit the $ and then hit this $ first and then hit the word membership. And there not necessarily to become a member. At there, you'll have another pull down that will say how many months you have been a member of my channel. It's cool. It's free. You can hit that and send it, and it shows up on the screen. It is so cool. So cool. So, oh, Wendy gifted 5 in the middle of the forest memberships. Yahoo! Wendy, thank you so much. How exciting. I appreciate you, sister. I have got to get down to that. I have got to just whip right down and see. Wow, there's Diana. Yes, she became a new member. Hooray. I want to find out. I can't see on my end, just so you guys know. I cannot see on my end the 5 gifted memberships. So hopefully somebody will tell me who got the memberships. Please let me know who got the memberships. I would appreciate that. I can't see it on my end. Or can I see it on my cell phone? Listen to me. All the rambling. Oh, here it is. This is funny. Wendy gave gift memberships to Target Prime Rib. Thomas, he got the first membership. Rick got a membership to my channel. Isn't that wonderful? Wendy, you gave Rick a birthday present to my channel on his real birthday. Fabulous. Fabulous. And of course, Wendy herself. Wendy bought herself a membership to my channel. Isn't that cool? Welcome, Wendy. Welcome, Wendy, Rick, and Thomas. Now, Blue Rust, whoopsie daisy, Blue Rust XD also received a membership to my channel. And our friend CB Carmack, all of you all are our friends. You really all are. CB Carmack also received gift memberships. Well, that is marvelous. Just marvelous. So happy. Thank you. I am very grateful, Wendy. Very, very grateful. So appreciative of you. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Rick. You get a membership to my channel. Oh, boy. Rick, I am not as good as you when it comes to this chat. And Barbara, she was kicking it. Man, she was good last night. Doing all the things. Hi, Aaron. How's the tribe? Yes, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. I'll often be cut off of YouTube for months. Right. And I am so glad that we're seeing you, Ellen. Thank you so much for being here. Now, watch Jerry be dressed as Wilma Flintstone tomorrow as a joke. That would be a gas. That would be hysterical. So much fun. LOL, Thomas. Mitch is reality. I really appreciate that. We do. Well, I appreciate truth tellers. And the BSers, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, he used to use my name as a guilt tactic. Not cool. Not cool at all. Oh, dang. Well, Charlie isn't a real person, LOL. I mean, he's just making up provocative statements. True. I think that Charlie is more advanced, Charlie, quote unquote, is more advanced than me. Charlie's probably has a script of copy and paste stuff because I know Peter's never been on any of my lives. Never, not one time. I don't even think Peter knows I have a channel. So I'm not talking about him. Do not twist this and send messages to Peter. Peter, go on Jerry's channel at timestamp 1243 because she's talking about you. No, I'm not. Because Peter called out Uncle Charlie on Mitch's channel stating Peter almost, I can't do verbatim, almost verbatim, whereas Charlie is saying, every chat, I ate Wagyu steak. I eat so many eggs. I took a cruise. I eat butter. I don't eat butter. I lost weight. I'm on a GLP-1. It's always the same old, same old, same old. As far as I know, Charlie ain't here right now. I have my ideas of who I think Charlie is, but I will keep that to myself. Again, secret, lock it up. Swimming. Everybody saying hello to everybody. You just did. I probably did. I don't know what I did, but I did it. I said it. And I love you all, but I can't always watch all the YouTube channels. Right, exactly. I am for 2 weeks on vacation watching as many as I can, but the reality is I have to vacuum, dust, iron, do all the things. Lay out in the sun, for example. What is a branded account? A branded account, Rick, is what people set up. Now, this is what YouTube told me to do, or maybe Kevin. I'm not sure, and I'm not calling out Kevin, but this is what was taught of me somewhere in the YouTube universe, how to set up a channel if you're doing it for business purposes. So when I set it up, I had the intention to do this for business purposes. It's not completely set up yet, because remember, I am a coach that does face-to-face. I prefer local coaching. I'll talk about my California person later to update you about that individual. And also, me and Barb do not choose who receives them. YouTube makes that call. Absolutely. You're right, Thomas. And I said that to Charlie as well in the little clicking, or my hunt and pecking, because they keep moving the F key on me. I mentioned that. Charlie, the computer picks it. Barbara doesn't pick who it goes to, nor did Wendy. Do you think Wendy bought a membership, 5 memberships today, and picked herself? Do you think that was the case? I don't think so. So thank you very much. You are absolutely right. Exactly, Thomas. We got our new member, Diana. What? Yes, everybody's still continuing saying hello to everybody. And thanks for the free membership, Diana said to Wendy. Thank you so much. Happy to be here. We're happy to have you. Or as I say to my husband, it was happy being had. Diana, hi, Patty. Do you prefer Patricia? I know I call her Patricia because she always says, hi, Jerry, on all the chats. I go, hello, Patricia. I want to choose her preference as well. Again, thank you so much, Wendy. I appreciate the gifting of memberships. Yay is right. Woohoo, Wendy. Hi, Rick. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thomas. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara's a wonderful mod. I'm telling you. Target Prime Rib, Charger Mopar, Feral Grandma, Blue Rust XT, and CB Carmack got the memberships. Thank you, Barbara. I'm glad that you were faster than me. Nice. Ooh, you found it. More hi, Thomas. Woohoo, Wendy. Quackers. Quack, 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 quack. Rick, did you finish that raw steak? Asking for a friend. I did not mind. Let's talk about that now. Let's go off script for just a moment because I have a visual. Now, I thought I'm going to give things to Rick that he's going to use for a birthday present. My big fat finger. I was trying to be fast to order it because the computer said to me that I only have a certain amount of time in order to get the delivery in time for, pardon me, Rick's birthday. So I hit the wrong button. He got canned chicken. He was supposed to get the canned meat stack pack for human consumption that I talked about. Survival foods. Wendy knows what I'm speaking of. That's what I picked up. My finger hit the wrong button, and therefore the payment went through and it got sent. So here's an unboxing right now. Live unboxing. I love unboxing videos, don't you guys? I know what's in here though. This is what I sent to Rick, but I know how Rick is. Not a bad thing. I know how he is. Real food. This is a processed food I have right here. This is what Rick enjoyed on his live today, albeit this is a larger version. I did not get him this large version, and there was a reason. I was afraid he wasn't going to like it because it was a processed food. I'm also cognizant of the fact that the least ingredients, the better it is. Now, Rick read the nutritional information. It's going to be hard to try to read this orange with white. Oh, especially with the light. Oh, there you go. 170 calories. Not that calories don't matter, because they don't. 1 gram of carbohydrate, but this bag is 10 ounces. So each ounce, who's going to weigh this? I don't know how many ounces the bag was that I got Rick. The ingredients are cheddar cheese, pasteurized milk. Of course, that's what cheese is made out of. Cheese culture, salt, enzymes, annatto, which is used for color, and it contains milk. So, least processed as possible. This is dehydrated cheese, puffed up. I don't know how they do it. I have a dehydrator. I believe mine would melt, but when I dehydrate in the microwave the rind of a Parmesan cheese, that puffs up in the microwave, and they're delicious. Same thing, completely different. And it is different than the one that I did send to Terry Sue. Terry Sue, I sent her cheese crisps. Same thing, completely different. They were Parmesan. So sometimes I just give gifts just because you never know what can come from this YouTube channel to your screen, to your phone, or in your mail. Just saying. I surprise people at the most in or opportune moments. Back to the chat. More hellos. I think Rick's birthday is tomorrow, but still, yay, absolutely. Hi, Aaron. Well, if it is tomorrow, I'm glad that we celebrated it today. It was fabulous. I agree with you, Lizzie. More hellos. Hello and hello and hello. You are reality, Rick. Absolutely. And Thomas speaks here in the context of baseball. Uncle Charlie is a classic, long-standing slang term for a curveball. Ooh. Oh, I like it, Thomas. See, you learn something every day. Just saying. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Thank you very much. LOL. I have had Wagyu. It's good, but kind of unnatural, right? Ivy has here a smiley face. Hi, Ivy. Kelly says, Jerry, I've noticed about Uncle Charlie will post the same thing on every channel, including my lives. Absolutely right. That's why Peter called him out on Mitch's channel when he does that shenanigans. Girl, I hear you. Housework, it's completely overrated. Same with weeding. I should be out there doing weeding too. But let me tell you why I went to the emergency room. Yes, not the emergency room. Urgent care. I saw the doctor right away. Now, I was concerned because this finger kept swelling and swelling, and I don't have any rings on because of the swelling. I didn't want, you'll see on the side here, maybe you can't see. Yeah, there it is. That redness has subsided tremendously. Now, initially, knowing what I know about stuff. I may not, pardon me for the noise, I may not know all the things like Wendy and Barbara know, but I know some things. So, originally, I went to the pharmacy and I got this hydrocortisone cream and put it on when I went to Eau Claire. The day before wasn't doing any good. I took the pink pill. That was making me drowsy, and I didn't like that fuzzy, funky head feeling from that pill. I forgot what it's called. It's that little baby pink pill. It is what it is. And I didn't bring that down as a demo. So the doctor, he gives me an ointment, but he told me to get these, which are the equivalent, the same likeness of an over-the-counter, but much cheaper allergy pills. So I've taken a couple of those. I don't like taking pills. I do take D3 and K2 because if you know, you know. This is not a medical channel and I don't give medical advice. I'm giving you information based on my real life. This is what the doctor told me to put on this cream. So I did. Been putting it on ever since I got it yesterday from the doctor. Dribs and drabs. Put it on the finger. I have 2 marks here on my chest and also one, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it, also mosquito bite, which I thought was a mosquito bite on my nipple, right nipple. Yeah, I said nipple on YouTube, Jerry After Dark, during the day. So a little dab will do ya on the side. Put it on the bites. I did ask the doctor. I'll get rid of this, hide this. I did ask the doctor, hey, what kind of bite do you think it is? Was it a spider bite? What do you think it was? So this gives relief at the surface. Oh, here's the dogs right now. The German Shepherds have arrived. Should we do a visual, German Shepherd visual? There they are, Squeaky. Hi, Squeaky. This is Squeaky right here, everybody. Squeaky is the pudgy German Shepherd that can't walk. She smells the beef sticks and the moon cheese. And we all know Ladybug. And they're smelling all the things because, well, they want all the things. Hi, girls. Daddy probably let you downstairs to come on the video. Is Daddy watching Mama on YouTube? I doubt it. Jack doesn't watch me on YouTube. He lives with me. Why should he watch me on YouTube? Think about it. Why? Why would you do that? Where was I with all the chats? Watch it, folks. Those scissors are open. Right, for real. For real, Aaron. If it is meat food, it will never survive for very long. LOL, Lizzie. Anyone who remembers the blizzard of 78 keeps some shelf food stable in the house. Yep, and I think I told you guys, I never missed a day of high school. All 4 years of high school, never missed a day. I remember that blizzard of 78 because I went to school that day. So much for my props. I'll put that down. I was going to eat this later because it's quiet. I'm going to be having a panel come up right now, but I'm sensitive to the fact I have to get off by 3 o'clock because of Thomas. So let me get through this chat, lickety splickety, and then invite whoever wants to come on. Tasty too. Gary's here. Gary. Thank you, Gary. Let me show you, Gary. Gary, did you see I got a stain on your shirt? I had to use Goo Gone on the shirt. Just put it on, let it sit for, 2 hours or so, Gary. And look at, marvelous. The stain came out. This is the shirt for those of you that don't know that Gary bought me. There we go. Carnivore, high fat for life. And this is a spoof off of Miller beer. So let me roll the shirt down and show you where the grease stain used to be. Not anymore. It is gone. And it is Goo Gone. Fabulous. Goo Gone, whoever gave me that tip, thank you so much. I think it came from a man. Thank you. I appreciate you. More hellos. Yes, the bite is getting better, but the doctor didn't say if it was spider. He says he can tell certain spiders because of spider bites, I guess. They're medically trained doctors, of course, to know what bites are, but he couldn't distinguish it. Now, we live in the middle of a forest, so mosquitoes, I'm thinking it may have been, but I just had a reaction from it. The chest. Now, what I did do was, because Jack was taking me to take my vehicle, dropping it off, and I didn't want to walk home a mile because lazy, I grabbed the dog blanket out of his vehicle so I could sit down with the black pants and continue on to go shopping. I grabbed the blanket, took that off. I was assuming that it was a spider. I don't know, but all the bites affected me adversely. Was not good. More hello, Benadryl. Thank you very much, Lizzie. Yeah, that was that pink pill, Benadryl. Fuzzy head. I don't like it. I don't get fuzzy head from these pills, these allergy pills. Nevertheless, I took it. It's working. It's good. And I don't feel fuzzy headed either. Good. Okay, Kelly is saying, Thomas, I did not know who Uncle Charlie is. I know someone mentioned on Rick's Live this morning that Uncle Charlie was Paul, but I figured it wasn't Paul. I don't know everything, just have a lots of info stuck in my head. Things surface during conversations. You are wise. You and Barbara are very wise women beyond your ages, beyond my scope sometime. Lizzie's laughing. Hey, Brian, I caught some of your story on grandmas. Wow, wow, wow. You should go and tell it on Thomas's channel. Exactly, Gary. That day that Brian was saying that on Barbara's channel, I said that to Brian as well. I said, hey, Brian, would you consider going on Thomas's channel? I just asserted myself into the conversation. Then I sent Thomas, because I have Thomas's secret number. I have a lot of secrets that I keep in here. I entered Thomas's secret number, the message, because for those of you that know, I talk instead of type. Hey, Thomas, would you consider interviewing Brian with a Y on your channel? And he contacted him. And now we have a date. I don't know when that is. So, Gary, I beat you. Beat you, brother. And thank you for the tan compliment. I appreciate you. I agree, Gary. No, agree with me first. I brought it up first. Ask Barbara. She'll defend me. He is Gary, right? I'm so stupid. We're splitting hairs, Jerry. Don't be ridiculous. I am not afraid to put my 2 cents or $5 into certain conversations. Sometimes it just flows. The words just come out. It was really bad after I studied for ham radio exams. I studied for all 3 exams and tested for them the same day. Wow. Fabulous. Fabulous. Hey, PB. Dogs don't come when they're called all the time, but when they hear bags opening, they're Johnny on the spot. Ain't that the truth? I used to have a cat that would hear the refrigerator door open and the bacon container that I used to open up. It was a Tupperware container. Tupperware, for those of you that are old enough to remember, Tupperware containers. He would hear that opening and he'd come running and he'd thump. And cat was just like the dogs. I'd say, give me paw, speak. I'd say, his name was Hitty. My niece named him because she couldn't say K for kitty. So we called him Mr. Hitty. I'd say, Hitty, sit. He sat. Hitty, give me paw. He gave me paw. Hitty, speak. Just like the dogs. When we'd come home, all 3 of our dogs would be sitting at the door waiting for us. Another story from another time in southeastern Wisconsin. Gary, the 12th of September. Ooh, that's the date of the interview. Fabulous. Awesome, Thomas. Jerry, that wasn't a stain. It was my logo. No, it was a real stain on the shirt, on the gray, Gary. It wasn't your logo. It was a grease, self-inflicted stain that I did. Beef grease, tallow. If you know, you know. Thank you, Gary. It was me, Jerry, that mentioned about Google. And there we go. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, I'm going to give credit where it's due. Thank you, Kelly. And I know a lot of other people were chiming in their secret recipes too, how to get stains out. But I knew I had Google on, and that's the first thing I grabbed. So thank you, friend. I appreciate you. I had an antenna, have had antenna data and really oddball electrical stuff spilling out of my mouth for ages. Yay, Gugon. Yes, Modelo has the mark of a fighter is the slogan. No slow gone, LOL. No slow gone. I can relate, Wendy. Things surface, usually in good timing. I will get some Goo Gone to try. I stain my shirts really bad. all you have to do is put it on there, no scrubbing, because I Googled it to see if it worked. And apparently, people that would rub it in with toothbrushes, it would have a goo gone stain. So just apply it and leave it sit, and it comes right out. You're very welcome, Thomas. Brother, I gotcha. When the moment arises, whenever it comes on, I will get my friends. Jerry with the secrets. I have so many secrets. You never know what could happen in real life that's going to transpire, but there's such a thing as the man with the black robe, or woman, if you want to call Judge Judy, with the black robe and the gavel sitting up there. And I don't want to have to go through it. Do not ever want to breach a confidentiality contract, because I got many of them and many, many secrets. You guys are killing me. LOL. Bye, everyone. Going out. Aaron's probably long gone because I'm long-winded. 0 to extra. If there's another ham in here. Wow. Who's another ham operator? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Is Rick one? I'm always commenting from a phone, so I speak to text. But if I was on a computer, I type. I'm not that advanced. Lizzie, they keep moving the F key on me, and I keep losing it every time. Just saying, I'm one of those hunt and peckers. Again, if Spanky was here, he would just take that to a whole other level. Ivy saying, I always teach my cats to use the toilet because I don't like litter boxes. Fabulous. You need to do a video on how to train them, because I bet you that one would just soar. How to potty train a cat to use the toilet. Rick, wouldn't that be wonderful at Rick's if he could have Milton, Miss Kitty, and the kittens be toilet trained? Why buy any litter? Oh, somebody, let's do it. Rick, do it. Dyson comes for the refrigerator door opening. Speaking of Spankster, and he shows up. All you got to do is say Spanky, Spanky, Spanky 3 times, and I did. And look at him. He's right here, popping in to say hi. Hey, Spanky, I hope that you're still here. Hi there. Hi, how are you? Yes, I am, and yes, I would, Jerry. I told you, I know how he is. I love seeing Spanky in all the chats. Love the man. And he was showing pictures of himself on Barbara's show. Woo, steamy. Woo, brother, from another mother, not from this old lady anymore, because I'm an old married woman, Spanky. If you know, you know. Ivy saying it's really easy. You just start out with one of those top hats that you get from the pharmacy. Shut up. Again, learning something new every day. Hi, Spanky. Barb, are you still in the chat? I sent you some emails about Devin. Oh, that was so exciting. That is so exciting. I'm going to save that story for Spanky. Hi, Diana. Okay, so here goes. If anybody wants to hop on, I'm going to copy, because I'm finally caught up with the chat. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, because Barbara and Rick definitely have me whooped for sure. And Barbara's probably, I would assume Barbara's probably walking right now, doing her walking video. So Spanky saying hi to Wendy. And I'm going to put into the chat right now the link if anybody wants to hop on to the channel. I know, Lizzie, they are moving my F key all the time. And there's a reason, because yesterday I did it. I don't remember what channel I was on. Somebody said, and I think I've even concurred with this. Somebody talked about eliminating words from the chat and taboo words, if you will. So I said on my end, I have eliminated using the F word on my channel. So I put that into YouTube whenever the F word shows up, F word that starts with F and ends in UCK. But yesterday I typed it. Fire truck. Get it? Iretruck. Don't ever put the F word on my channel. That will never be shown. That will never be shown. That's like when I go into people's chats and I spell out Aaron's channel, I spell out capital B, 00, small b, I-E, goats. I don't ever write the full name Booby because YouTube censors more often than not her name and you'll never see it. Just my little secret. So there, keep moving that F1. So I have here in the StreamYard, if anybody wants to hop on, don't feel compelled to, don't feel like you have to, but you are very encouraged to hop on my channel if you want. I appreciate learning that. Ivy, LOL, I love it. I don't ever need to worry about keeping up with the chat on my channel. There ain't nobody watching. Ivy, not true. You went, I think it was a couple days ago. I saw it showed up in my feed line. Ivy is live. So I went on it. I clicked on it and all I saw was this. The slur, the doom, I can't even speak. Swirl, the circle, the doom circle. It kept going around and around and you weren't live. I don't know what happened, but it kept showing that you were live. So I went off and went back on to try to get onto your live and be on your live because, well, I'm on vacation. Nothing, not a thing, not a thing. So if anybody wants to hop on, they certainly can. By all means, hop on. Let's chit, let's chat, let's talk if you want to. In the meantime, I have here cheese curds. Where's my scissors? I have cheese curds to eat. And that was a dog hair. German Shepherd hair never ceases to amaze me in this house. Oh, I did think about eating moon cheese, but for me, that would be rude doing it to you guys. This cheese, you don't hear all the smacking. Beef sticks. Members mark, this is the Sam's Club version of the beef sticks. A lot cheaper than the expensive ones, and they're very tasty. Grass-fed beef, 0 sugar, 9 grams of protein. That's the one that Barbara had. Barbara had a long beef stick in Mitch's live. I just had the little stumpy ones. 100%. We got the hugs. I was outside, so I couldn't see my screen either. I'm sorry. I was just trying to get more footage of my baby ducks. I didn't see anything but a big old swirl, Ivy. Nothing. Oops, I just jumped right over there. Hi, Spanky, Patricia's saying. Hi, Ivy. Oh, I just learned something new today. Women who curse a lot, we call them pirates. Arg. Arg. Jerry, close your mouth when you eat. Hi, Patricia. Gary says, I think only males are allowed to watch Ivy's channel. Haha. Ooh, really? Is it Ivy After Dark during the day? She does look like she'd be a hottie McHotness from her little picture. That I can probably agree with you. My dogs are barking. That means I have a delivery here. I don't know what it is, but they're carrying on like nobody's business. But that's Jack's business, not mine right now. Hi, Gary, says Spanky. Oh, yeah. Jack's yelling at him now. I heard him yelling. I got pork skins, says Lizzie. Well, that kept them quiet. He yelled at them and they shut him right down. Good afternoon, Spanky. Well, at least if the delivery person was there right now, they didn't see me outside naked. Just saying, I need to get back out there and catch some more rays. Now, Thomas, if you're still in here, are you doing an interview or are you doing a panel? I must know these things. The reason I must know them is because I will stay dressed if you're doing a panel. If you're interviewing somebody, I will, hey, Brian's here. If you're interviewing somebody, brother, I'm going naked and I'm going outside with my OSHA approved hearing device. Come on in, Brian. Hey, welcome. Now I can eat. What's on your mind, Brian?
Well, in 1776, no. How are you doing?
Good. And yourself?
Pretty good. Yeah, Grandma's was funny last night. It was like I was playing whack-a-mole.
It was so good. It was like you were on the train tracks. I'll save you, Nell, and defending all of us. I loved it. You were our defense man. Thank you.
Yeah, he pops up in other channels that I'm on, and I'll go at him there too. You know, in real life, you wouldn't be talking like that.
Yeah. Oh, Thomas is interviewing DC today. So good. I can go outside and be naked and listen. Good. Excellent. I just tell the truth, you guys.
I like one time I clipped into your live, and all I could see was legs and toenail polish, and went, oh.
That was all that you were going to see, too. I needed a thumbnail, and I just thought, well, seeing as though we stepped into negotiations for peace today on making Mitch and Kurt friends again, I loved it. Fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's true what Donna says. She always says, don't let the muggles get you down. I'll go on the panel also if that's what you are doing. Excellent. Good deal. And then Donna's going to go outside and exercise some more then. What's your temperature today, Brian, by you?
I think we're close to 90. It's been fairly hot.
Ooh.
But in the bigger scheme of things, we haven't had a 100-degree day yet. And usually we have those in May and sometimes even in the last part of April. So it's not that bad. We've been trying to hold off turning on the air conditioner, but today's that day.
Mm-hmm. We're
all the
low
bills have gone up. What's that?
We are the low 70s, so it's perfect to lay out. It's still hot, but it's not scalding heat.
I would trade you that in a heartbeat.
Mm.
I just finished a 7-day water fast and going to take a couple of days off, and then I'm thinking about doing a long sardine fast. So I was going to see if you wanted to do a 21-day water fast or a sardine fast with me.
I have 2 cases of sardines upstairs. Cases meaning the containers from Costco upstairs. When are you starting the sardines?
On Monday, I think, if everything goes good.
Ooh, 21 days. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I'll catch you at the end of it because I'm still on vacation. I still want to eat beef and eggs and all. I bought beef and eggs and got free from the butcher. So I'll catch you at the end of it and resume with you.
I saw where Barb said she was having a hard time finding eggs. I wonder what's up with that. Yeah, on her walk, I think it was yesterday, and then she said a little bit of it last night in her live, I think. So, I don't know what's going on there.
We're in overabundance right here. Quick Trip is selling them gas station for 99 cents a dozen.
Yeah, same here. Our prices have dropped drastically, so I don't know why she's having all the problems up there.
Mm-hmm. Now, maybe it's because of the storms they've been having, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Boy, Amy got lucky the other night. I saw the video after we talked to her and where the ring cam or whatever caught the winds and stuff. Yeah. And that she said that was an F3 coming her way. I'm glad it diverted.
You and me both, absolutely. Wendy is talking about DC. He is very cool. He's very informative about exercises. And it's the end. I'm not sure what time is it right now in London. I would think it's the end of this conference right now.
I think it's probably about 7:20 there. I think they're
Okay,
6 hours in front of us.
gotcha.
I didn't see any videos. Did George come on Barb's channel last night late?
I turned off early only because of that allergy pill. I was just pretty tired myself. So that's why I shut down early.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody posting anything about that online.
Someone did say there was a posting, I think from a pub. I think maybe Kilts had done a live, I think, but I didn't see it myself.
We'll have to go back and look. Yeah, that'd be fun to go to one of those.
Wow, all the thunder Ivy's talking about. Now, Ivy lives in Missouri like Kelly does. So they've been having the storms hit. Bye, Spanky. Thanks for coming on, Spankster.
Bye, Spanky.
We will be there later. I'm gonna be done so that I can listen to DC on Thomas's channel. That's true. You have any big plans for the weekend, Brian?
No, not really. I need to. I haven't been feeling good for a couple of days, so I kind of slowed down on my exercising. So today I'm getting back at it. I did a little bit yesterday, but not as much as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to stay cool.
Good. Yeah, stay in, be cool, literally. And Kelly is coming in. Hey, Kelly, tell us about your weather. Hi, how are you? Welcome, sir.
Hey, Kelly.
I'm sick of rain.
Already.
It is reminding me about 1993. I was 15 years old, 14 going on 15, freshman going into high school. And that's when the Great Flood of 93 hit Missouri. The Mississippi and the Missouri River flooded and caused a massive flood and devastation. And it's reminding me that same scenario happened again where we get in a ton of rain, the river is rising. But it may not happen, but still, it's just reminding me of that. And just like today, I thought, okay, it's not supposed to rain until later. I'm just going to go ahead and get this yard done. I did get the weed eating done. I couldn't get the yard done because it started raining. And we are in a enhanced risk number 3 for severe weather today.
Oh, not again. Tornadoes, are they speaking about?
Chance of tornadoes, chance of hail, chance of damaging winds, heavy rains, up to an inch and a half of rain.
Wow. The corn will.
I'm sorry, Jerry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
I was getting ready to say that's the bad time about this time of the year for us, because a lot of times our stuff kicks off around us and then heads his way.
Usually by now the rain has slowed down and the farmers will be out in the hayfield because this is hay season for us in Missouri, and people will be out in the hayfields, but nobody can get in the hayfield because if you do, your hay is going to get ruined because you don't get a chance to get it dried and get it baled up, especially square bales.
Mm-hmm. We have an expression, knee high. The corn has to be knee high by the 4th of July. That's what we say in Wisconsin.
Go ahead, Brian.
It's like talking on a walkie-talkie, pushing on the thumb, and then you cut off the next person. I was going to say, and I forgot. So that's what happens when you got my brain. It'll come back around. It's like a little train that just goes round and round and round.
Corn
Very nice.
around here should be already knee high, and by July it should be over your head.
Do you farm?
I do, well, I have land, and I'm gonna do, and haired sheep, maybe goats here. We used to have horses. That's what this property used to have, is horses. But eventually, that's what I want to do, is to turn it into a mini farm and start utilizing it.
Very nice. Make your own food.
Yes. That's the other thing where I can go, and even if times gets tough, I have a skill set. I'll trade work for a calf, or to raise up, fatten up, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the good old days when they used to barter.
And those days are going to be coming back probably soon.
Yeah. You're already starting to see a little bit of it. People will trade stuff and barter. That's how it should be anyway.
Mhm.
Instead of getting the tax to death. I saw a thing on the taxes on gasoline, and I'm going, okay, if you took all those taxes off that gas would be a quarter of what everybody's paying for it.
Absolutely. And the diesel fuel too, and the trucking costs, and just all of the shipping, et cetera, tariffs, just everything is keeping us financially downtrodden for right now. This too shall pass.
Yeah. It always does. It comes and goes in waves.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, if you have a skill, though, it's going to pay off here in a little while, I bet.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've got my fasting down pat and pretty well tuned. If I have to, I can go that route.
How long do you fast?
The longest every year I do is 40 days of fasting. I always end on January 11th, which is my mother's birthday. She died of cancer. So I start right after Thanksgiving, calendar, and the clock, 40 days, January 11th is the end.
Do you just drink water, or do you have coffee and electrolytes, or how do you do that?
Electrolytes plain, nothing, a lot of bubble water. So I'll electrolyte bubble water it, mineral drops if I need to. Fasting drops, I don't have anything down here. The fasting drops from Keto Chow are actually salty. LMNT, the plain electrolytes are fine. 12-ounce cup of coffee plain in the morning. That's one of those organic pods, 12
Yeah.
ounces. That's it. And then water and bubble water for 40 days. I've been doing this for 15 years now, so it's kind of an old hat thing. No pat on the back. I'm just used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask you the other night, we were in a group talking, and you were talking a little bit about it, but that's pretty interesting, 40 days, because I think the first time I heard you say something about it was on Dr. Keltz's morning show.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Nelson and Dr. Keltz were talking about it.
Yeah, it started as a religious thing for me because my thing used to be the holidays and making and baking and doing all the things in addition to eating all the things. So I thought if Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice on the cross, my sacrifice would be not eating during the holidays. So Thanksgiving, I eat all the turkey and meat that way. Then I go into fast mode. So
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. I still have plenty of fat on my body, but I don't do the drastic weight loss anymore. I just lose pounds now. In the beginning, I lost first 43 pounds my first year. 43 pounds in 40 days is a lot. I gained some of it back, but now I'm just losing pounds. That's all.
Does Kelly fast at all?
I only fasted one time, and that was in December of 24. It was about a 40-hour fast, and I did it because I was getting a colon screening because they say, oh, you're due because, like, oh, you're 46, you're overdue for a colon screen. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not 50 yet. And then it dawned on me because of the skyrocketing colon cancer rates, they moved it to colon screening at 45 and older. You should get a screening. So they said you can either poop in a box or get the screening. I'm like, I'll just go get the screening done. Ain't no big deal. So, you had to go with like liquid, like broth or, stock, stuff like that. I just went ahead and fasted, and I went into the next day until I was hungry, and probably about within 40 to 48 hours, I went ahead and ate. But that's about all I did. Other than that, one meal a day. I did where even if I ate the next day, it might have been 24 hours afterwards or 25 or 26 hours. But that's some of my goals is when I have this hip replacement surgery, I will be doing some of that. I will do another fast probably before my surgery because they're going to say, oh, not to eat or drink up to a certain time. So I'll probably just do the fast then. And then after I recover and I start coming to, and after the anesthesia fully wears off, whatever, and start feeling better, then if I'm hungry, I'll probably eat because I want to make sure I have some protein so I can start healing and recover. But I'll probably that time will be just doing one meal a day because I won't be doing much, because at least the first 4 weeks you're recovering. You still get up and move, but you got to take it easy.
Yeah.
Because I have in October, I want to make sure that I am ready to drive by October because I'm going Keto Palooza. I don't care if I'm walking with a cane, I'm going. Saying I got a magic hip.
That's what I did when I met you last year at Kiltz's. I went with my cane, and this year I didn't have the cane to go with, but it was good. Very good. Looking forward to it again.
Where did they hold it at?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. I heard Jason from Just Jason Keto talking about it a while back. It sounds like it would be fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Juliet's in the house yesterday. Here's a little fact. I don't know if I talked about it earlier. Juliet and Doug celebrated their 33rd wedding anniversary yesterday. And it was Jack and my 27th wedding anniversary yesterday. Same day. Now we have a bond that nobody can ever break. Yay, Juliet. Welcome. Fun facts.
Yeah, last night when I saw that, I was going that you two had the same day. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, 6/12/99, and Juliet was 6/12/93.
Mine was 7/20. 7/28 2000.
Marvelous.
So
you're 26 years? 26
What's that?
years? You're 26 years?
25. I'm sorry. It was the 10. Woo! I'm glad my wife isn't here. I'd be getting hit.
You don't remember?
That's a bad thing I do remember, but when the old brain says, hey, we're going to check out for about 20 minutes and come back and see how you're doing.
And Juliet's daughter was born 1/6/94. Just saying.
I was 15
my first husband and
years old then.
Yeah, we did it bass backwards. My first husband and I had the child. We were business partners together and had the child and flew to Vegas and got married that way, but ultimately got divorced. Not good.
Kelly, what year did you say you were born?
I was born 1978. I have a birthday coming up in about a month.
Very nice.
And follow that is my carniversary date.
How many years?
It'll be 2 years for carnivore.
Wow.
But before that, I was keto. I was keto in 2021, right after New Year's. I went keto 2021, but keto wasn't sustainable for me, and not knowing all the plant toxins and oxalates and stuff like that, because I ate a lot of almond flour. I made a lot of like keto breads, keto cookies, the keto, that stuff with a lot of almond flour. I ate a lot of nuts, almonds, not knowing that they're bad for you. And I'd say that's part of the issue of a lot of the arthritic pain I had in 2024. But not knowing that I had an underlying bad joint that probably deteriorated just from a fall. And that's one thing about it. It's like, what happened? Don't know. The only thing I can think of is related to a fall. When you get up, you think you're okay because you walk fine, but then it's down the road when you realize something's wrong. I said most likely I may end up with a possible labrum tear and not know it. And then over time, it just deteriorated because it kind of gave a leg discrepancy. But the good thing is like this. Since I've been on the lion diet, I had to take that lift out because I couldn't hardly walk with the lift. I walk better without the lift. So I live better without the lift than I did with the lift. So, but I'm soon will have that replaced. My hip will be replaced in August.
Yeah, that surgery is coming up for me too. I've got both hips are going to have to be replaced. The damage is done. I was hoping that some of this, I mean, a lot of the pains have gone away, but the damage is done. It's going to have to be fixed. So, not looking forward to it.
Now, with you guys having the hip issues, such as myself, question, will you ever consider going back to the standard American diet to put all that weight back on your brand new hips?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
1,000%.
I have been on this way, and I feel the best I have ever been. I feel better today than I did in my 20s. Granted, in my early 20s, I was smoking almost 2 packs of cigarettes a day, but still, 20 years ago, I was almost 400 pounds. Even though I quit smoking, I just all of a sudden went from 3-something to 400 pounds. And we did the back and forth diet, cut back, calorie reduction, all that. It doesn't work, but I'm not going back. Not like seed oils. After I know what seed oils is made from, how they make it, I found that out in 2021 through Dr. Eric Stein. He showed a video and he was explaining that they used hexane, and I about threw up. And it's like, nope, never again. I'll never have that stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then
even before I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say even before I started the keto part of this journey, I was doing the carb reduction, and towards the end of that part, got rid of the grains, and it was night and day even then. And it's like you're walking up a ladder. Everything, like calorie reduction, keto, and then carnivore. And carnivore, it's like you flip on the light switch, and the lights are super bright. So.
Yeah. Do I miss when I go to Texas Roadhouse and I watch my daughter eat the roll? Absolutely. I'm not going to put it in my mouth because I know what the consequences is. It's just like temptation. You see it, oh, that looks good. But it's in the long run, it's going to hurt in the long run. And I'm not having the consequences, and I'm not hitting this weight back on. This is the first time that I have maintained my weight. I am back where I was when I graduated high school. I would like to see if I can go down. I like to go down further, but I think as my body, even if I'm on the lion diet, my body is trying to heal with this hip, it's trying to keep the inflammation down. It's trying to do all that. So I think my body's at a certain point, it's just healing. And, it took this many years, put damage. Sometimes it may take years to your body to heal. So if it takes me another 4 or 5 years to get to desired weight I want, if I get to 240, I'm happy there. I'm much happier today because I could move around. I've weed eated. I weed eated within 1 hour. I had almost the whole property weed eated, the yard weed eated, and I didn't have any problems getting around.
Kelly, have you been recognized out and about since you've had your YouTube channel?
I haven't, but I know that I have family and friends that watch it. I thought, yeah, it's kind of a, joke, but then they said, no, actually, it's very inspiring. And I have a good friend, sister in Christ, that she's a nurse practitioner. She's actually suggesting my channel to some of her patients. I told her to check out other channels, have them check out other channels as well to get ideas and stuff, because there's many people in this community healed with other things, reverse type 2 diabetes and stuff. My story is chronic inflammation, and I just wanted to lose weight. I was also to the point that I was feeling hopeless. That's where I was. I was feeling hopeless. I'm like, keto's not working. Nothing's going to work. So, and like, I've seen people doing carnivore. I remember Dr. Barry said carnivore. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And I did it because I'm like, I'm just going to debunk this. I was already on a negative thing. I'm going to debunk it. Well, guess what? It debunked me.
That's a good debunking.
Now, I'll read the comment here that Juliet just posted, that she watched some of Kip's video, carnivore Kip, we call him Kip Moore. He has to fast for surgery, and he's doing great. He's lost 16 pounds in 3 days, and she had prayed and kept talking to the phone. Kip, please keep fasting. You will lose 50 pounds in weeks. True, he was doing so well. I need to go to the restroom, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys, the conversation. What I think about Kip is I continue to pray for him. But then we have people like, for example, Cindy DeManch, that has had the surgery. Many people that wish that they had not had gone through with it. So what is your opinion of the surgery, that radical surgery that Kip is having? Did you ever consider it? Would you ever? We're not poo-pooing. We're going to continue to pray for our brother in Christ. But give us your opinion, guys, as I use the restroom quickly, please.
It was the worst. I'd say it's the best worst decision that happened to me. If I would have had the technology, the YouTube, all these channels, the groups, I would have never done it. But I weighed 700 pounds. Actually, I weighed over 700 pounds, and I got in that place and I did that surgery. But and it saved my life. It changed everything, but it saved my life. But now, if I would have known about carnivore, I would not have done it. And I saw that video with the young man, and I just felt bad because I was in the same place, but another 200 pounds on top of that, and you get beat down, and then you have people on YouTube beating you down and making fun of you and saying that you're doing this and that. That's not how we win. You gotta show the light so people can open that door and open it up. And this whole business of putting asterisks on everything, it's not right. I mean, it's 100% not right. Every channel I go into, and you hear somebody talking, oh, we need to get more people doing this. And then you sit there and they make fun of the people that have had gastric bypass or do the GLP-1s. And they're just tools, they're a tool. And if you abuse a tool, Kelly, what about your garden tools or whatever? You don't take care of them. What happens to them? They rust and they don't work anymore.
Yeah, they go bad. You have to throw them away, and that's one thing for me is, I'm not going to have have it because I'm not in the spot that need it. Now, if I was in the spot where this is my last resort to help me, okay, I might have. But after you're hearing Bill Knott, going through, he weighed 700. He was like, same weight you were, Brian. And he prayed and he found carnivore, and he lost he's almost 400 pounds down. I think
Yeah.
he's like 380 something, but he's almost 400 pounds down, and he's got his life back. And just like I used to watch, and I still on then on YouTube. I find it on YouTube. My 600-pound life. You have that Dr. Dow Zarden, and he'll say that gastric bypass is just a tool. You have to have a mindset, because even if you have it, you have to change the way. Otherwise, you're going to go right back to your old life, and you'll be right back to square one, or even worse. Because I had a neighbor. I even been a living example. She took us out to eat, and she's like, well, what is carnivore? I'm like, you just eat meat. And that's all you eat? I said, yeah. And I'm like, and I feel the best. This is what I have, and that's all I need. I remember I was at YCW down at Branson. We were at the hotel, and they had like not a continental breakfast, but they had a full breakfast where they had eggs and sausage, but they had also the duck food. And one of the teenagers said, you don't eat carbs? I said, no, I don't need carbs. You don't really need the carbs. And of course, he was taught in schools. We were taught for years that, carbs is essential. And, and he don't understand, because he's really thin. So it's a little lot different. He's 18 years old and he's thin. And for me, I said, if I eat carbs, I would be back almost 400 pounds if I ate the standard diet. That's why I'll never go back to it. I'm like, there's alternatives. That's why, I'm to a point where I just keep it simple, but there's certain recipes. If you want to make bread, Bella's got a great recipe. Courtney Luna has one. And I saw Lily Kane did one, like a cheese bread one that is completely free of seeds, grains and stuff. And so those, you have your options, but a lot of times for me, I just keep it simple. I just keep it super simple.
Yeah. Anita Breeze from Ketogenic Woman, she's coming out with a cookbook. And then Chris Cooks Nashville. There's so many things now that you can do. And I'm sure the people that started carnivore a long time ago, it would have been so much easier for them. But also, I mean, it's just when I don't know how to say this, it's your path, and you have to be on your own path. It's like when everybody goes, well, why don't you do this and this and this? And then you choose somebody out because it didn't work for them. We're all different. That was one of the biggest things I learned.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing the Lion diet, except for tomorrow's the only time that I will have dairy, is because I am in the pacemaker pizza challenge, and to see if I come close to making what Rick thinks is the pacemaker pizza, which for me, I'm going to prepare a lot of this stuff ahead of time and then put it together right there on the live, do whatever I have to do with the crust. It'll be baked, but then the added part, I'm going to wait until I, do the live, that part, put it together, put in all that stuff. And it may not be close to what Rick is, because I may add a little bit of spices or, the seasoning, because I like a little seasoning. So just like on the Lion diet, like today, probably today I had a cup of pork panko with 2 eggs. When I made my video, I made a video that was super simple, that is 3 ingredients and dairy free, because it's like, I found out that for me, I love dairy, I love cheese. I have to watch it, as I ate a lot of dairy, and I think it's a lot of why I have gained the 20 pounds back, and I'm trying to lose to get back to where I was this time last year. I was in the 270s. Right now I'm in the 280s, but like this week, I kind of gained a little bit of weight. I gained a couple of pounds, but it's not fat weight. It's lean muscle mass is what I gained, because I lost another half an inch to an inch, and then my Renfo tape, I think, was falsifying because it quit on me. So my tape, I measured and it said 42 and a half, but when I put the regular soft, measuring tape, it said 44. So I think it gave me a false reading. So yes, I did lose an inch, but it was not the measurement, but still it said 44. Now I'm down to 43 and a half. So I've lost another half inch. So, but this week, a lot of non-scale benefits that I've noticed. Like this morning, I went to bed, I fell asleep, and I woke up at 3:30. I couldn't go to bed. So I just got up, did my laundry, fixed some coffee, cleaned the dishes, got ready for my video. And then by 9-10 o'clock, I went out and did the weed eating before it rained.
It's weird when you realize something that you hadn't did for 20 years and you're sitting there doing it without thinking about it. And then you realize, and then I call my wife over and go look, and she goes, oh, wow. I couldn't touch my fingers behind my back, and now I can hold my wrist on both hands. It's strange.
I know, right? Isn't that incredible? I'm going to highlight the two comments here about what Julia said, and I'll break it down simply. All we can do right now is pray. Everything is in God's hands. We just don't know what's going to happen. He knows, capital He knows. We don't know. So we leave it in God's hands. And as Ellen said as well, that we can't tell anybody what to do. I think if people have the mindset, the only thing I can do is to have the surgical intervention because I don't have the willpower. I can't do it myself. With him, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I can not eat and prayerfully acknowledge his presence for 40 days and do it every year, but not as a martyr. Oh, look at me. No. Look at what he did for me, you, each other, all of us. But yeah, I can't say turn or burn, go right or be left, and make people believe in Jesus, make people do carnivore, or even make people do keto. But doggone it, if I want a pickle with my pork, I'm going to have a pickle. I don't consider it a cheat. I just want a pickle. That's all.
When I saw the carnivore, I felt so good, and I wanted to share it with everybody. Where you run through the town streets yelling and stuff, and people are throwing bricks at you. So, but I realized pretty short that isn't going to work, and I kind of came to the decision that the only way it's going to work is they're going to see how good I'm doing. And because you can get that horse that water, but you can't make it drink no matter what. It's just like a person that's suffering from alcohol. I can get you to stop drinking, but you know what? Once I walk out that door, guess what? You're going to be drinking again. So you have to come to this, just like me. I had to come to this. Luckily, I had the internet, and I wanted to survive. I wanted to live. That's a heck of a motivator when the boogeyman's at the door and you don't want to answer that door. Get to living or get to dying, and I chose living.
Well, one thing for me is I take it one day at a time because tomorrow's not promised. The Bible said, at one time before the flood, well, actually, even before the flood, God had numbered the man to 120 years. I mean, Noah and probably his family was the last of the ones that lived past 120. But then it said, I can't remember, I think Moses said it, but it was in Psalms that it's 70 years good, 70 years one generation, maybe 80 years good. So here it's one day at a time because we don't know when our last day is. I mean, I could go to town today and never come back home because I got in a fatal car accident, or it's just like Rick, we're waiting for that big heart attack, because they said we're going to have a heart attack by eating this way. It's not promised. So I take it one day at a time. And, I think about the future? Absolutely. But still, when it comes to reality, it's one day at a time. And that's why I tell everybody, if I had only one day left on earth to live, I'd rather live the lifestyle I'm in now where I'm eating healthy, where I'm feeling great, enjoy that one day, and it's it, versus being sitting in my chair, miserably in pain, overweight, dependent on medicine, doctors, and drugs. I'd rather live one good quality day than 20 years of misery.
Yeah. Yeah. The pain is a heck of a motivator too. The soreness and everything. And then when you start carnivore, you lose that. I haven't lost it all because I mean there was damage before, but it's a noticeable difference, and getting the carbs out. And once you realize that what carbs do to your body, and you hear people going, "Well, I cut out the sugar," and I'm going, "You're still eating carbs. You're still eating that green stuff," as Rick would say, the duck food, and that duck food's getting converted into what? Sugar, which is messing everything up in your body, everything. And the threat of dementia and Alzheimer's, that's always been, I mean, even when I was a little kid, that was a fear. Everything that you were is gone, and then you have to have somebody to take care of you. And I'll do anything to avoid that. And once you find out that it's diabetes 3 and the duck food's doing it to you, and the heart disease, and then you see stupid commercials on TV like what was it, probiotic Pepsi? Okay, if you think that's real, you're an idiot, you know, or you just haven't got the knowledge, and you need to come to the knowledge. That's one thing you just want to shake somebody. Or all the stupid cereals that say they're protein intense.
Yeah, everything is got, it says protein. Now they have this new thing. It was a few years ago because when I did keto, I didn't even know that there was such thing as keto breads, keto cookies, the brands that says that. I didn't find that till a year later. I'm like, oh, really? And of course, when not being educated, not thinking about it, and I'm like, I already knew about seed oils and stuff, not realizing that they had seed oils in it. It still has grains in it. They're calling this, oh, it's keto, it's high fat, low carb, and it's like, no, it's not. It's grains. I started looking into it, and I'm like, and that's probably where I fell off, because I lost almost 100 pounds with keto the following year. It was dealing with not having my wife at home. She was diagnosed with cancer. I slipped off of keto, the stress, and then when the 2 trips I did go, to St. Louis and Rochester, the week they didn't have options because we had to go where her dad wanted to go. So there wasn't those options. So I fell off. And it's like just those 2 weeks, the week in St. Louis and the week in Rochester, I gained 10 pounds. And then I could not get, and then sadly is I couldn't even get the weight to come off. It stayed there and then just slowly just come on. And then 2024, it was, before I went carnivore, was the worst year for me. I went on a mission trip and I wasn't in it because I couldn't do what that I did the 2 years prior. And I was hurting, I was miserable, and I was in, and it wasn't, and the building the house wasn't for me going to build a house. It was for me to serve God, to build a tool for a family, to have a home to share the gospel in. And my heart wasn't in it that year because all I was thinking about was I was so much pain. And as months go, I was getting more disgrace, more getting upset, more depressed. And it's like, I felt hopeless. And even when I started following the carnivore, because that's when I went back to Dr. Berry. That's when Carrie Mann Homestead Hal came on. That's when I found Carnivore Quest. I found Lily Kane. I found all months July. And of course, a lot of them says, give it 30 days. So I didn't like July of 2024. I remember I was going to go home, and we had a flood prior to that in some of the apartments. I had heavy rain, and I was called in. It was my last, I was in my last hours of being on call. We had a heavy rain, and it flooded some apartments. I had to call for emergency, extraction and stuff like that. And Well, we one apartment we had to put new flooring, so the baseboards were, I called it a sponge, but it's that press stuff that when water gets in it, it's like a sponge. It just expands,
Oh
and
yeah.
so I said I want to we're going to put new flooring in. I want to replace the baseboards, but I was talking to my manager. I'm going home. I'm gonna go home and rest. I am so much pain, but I decided to stick it out. We went ahead and removed the baseboards. I kind of get it. It kind of felt better. I said, I'm just gonna give it carnivore. I'm gonna give it a shot today. I went to McDonald's that day. I got 6 burger patties. I was hungry, and I went home that night, and I'm like, well, I said I'm going to give carnivore a day. I'm going to debunk this because I guarantee I'm going to gain a lot of weight. So I had 2.5 pounds of ground beef. I had 6 eggs and a half a pound of bacon, and I ate every bit of it. I was stuffed, and I'm like, yep, I'm going to gain weight. I know I'll be fatter. I think I started like, because I recorded around 338, almost 340. I'll probably be 340 something or 343. I get on the scale, and I'm like, it said I lost weight. I lost 4 pounds. What? This ain't right. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it another day. And I had the Samazaic meal the next day. I'm like, this ain't right. I lost another, granted it's water weight, but I was like, I lost weight, but I'm feeling a little bit better. So it comes around Monday, and I'm like, oh, the dreaded going it back to work Monday. I'll be back in pain. And so I went ahead and I stayed with carnivore, went through it. And then the day that after they put the fluoride in, it was the following day to put the baseboards in. I figured it'll take all day. We had those baseboards. I did the majority of the cutting and putting them, up and down, getting up and down off the floor, tacking them in and all that. We had it done, caulked in place, ready for paint in 3 hours. Every single baseboard in that apartment. Granted, it was only a 1-bedroom, 577 square feet. It's the same floor plan like the apartment that you saw I was in the other day, Jerry. And I'm like, I was kind of emotional because I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it 30 days. Went to Nashville, and I walked all over downtown Nashville with very minimal amount of pain. Yeah, my hip was hurting. That was the only thing that I felt, but it didn't stop me. And then like the following day, we went over because we were going to see the Grand Ole Opry show, and we went to tour that. And my daughter wanted to see a boot barn. We walked all over the Opryland Mall, their Gaylord Mall, wherever they call it over there by Opryland. And I was hungry. It's like, we need to find a place to have some meat. Found a barbecue place. We found the boot barn, and I felt great.
That is a crazy feeling when you first realize it's working. You're going, okay, have I stepped into a different realm? Is there going to be little things throwing stuff at me? What's going on here? Yeah.
Well, that's like Rick,
happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rick just pointed that out too. Yes, it is a prop or wait, let me get that up here. The story of losing weight while eating fatty meats. One thing I thought of, Kelly, was now that you've been doing this lion for this period of time, not that I'm not using the word backslid, but meaning that, but doing this pizza, I wonder how that's going to affect you, be it maybe joints, maybe inflammation, water weight gain. If you can document that with the knowledge so that you can tell us about it next week, Sunday, and recap anything that you've experienced from doing lion and then doing that pizza for one day. If you can note anything to n=1 and let us know.
I'll probably only gonna have maybe one. I may have a little bit of it. The rest of it, I'm probably gonna have my daughter. She'll be back home tomorrow evening. She's spending the weekend with a friend, and I'm gonna let her and see what she thinks of it, because I'm not eating it all by myself. I'm gonna have a portion of it, but I'm not eating the whole thing because I know it's gonna be I'm like, no, I know it's going to kind of affect me a little bit. And it may not affect me at all, but it's like, I just want to make sure, I want to stick close to that lion diet. So, but that also, we can give a, here, Cheyenne, you're not carnivore. Here, what do you think about pacemaker pizza?
Right? It's very filling. I've had it before. I've made it myself. Now I'm going to be going live and doing it with a bunch of y'all tomorrow, but it is filling. Just the whole cheese reintroduction for you. I know what cheese does to me. I know I just ate a package in front of you all right now of those cheese curds. I love cheese. And Rick is busy doing all the things out in his yard because of the kittens, and now they're underneath his truck. I'm giving everybody a blow by blow. Watching Rick clean his backyard on his birthday with the kittens, just watching him.
And
Cute little
of course, the normal pizza that I make, because I have made a chicken crust pizza. It was my low carb love. She made one where it was chicken, a chicken, base, and my daughter really liked it. It was very filling, but yeah, this one here, of course, there difference between that one and the pacemaker pizza. There's one thing, and I'm not going to say it, because if you do, you got to tune in tomorrow night to find out what that part is, to give it the heart attack method.
Yay,
How many
true.
people are in the challenge?
I think, 5? I know.
I think so. I think 5 of us are doing it.
What time does it start?
6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. That looked funny. Poor Amy got burnt working on it the other night.
I know. I eat the pizza toppings, Diana's saying. That's all. Carbs, pizza, it curbs pizza cravings. True. I'll make a pizza bowl using pizza seasoning with ground beef and cheese and very little, if any, tomato. Maybe a tablespoon, just to give it that little zhuzh of tomatoey flavor. Maybe.
Get up here. Come on. You
I have
goofy.
a question for you guys. Did you have anybody that was really upset with you when you first started out on carnivore? I mean, they were just going to go, you're going to die, you're going to have a heart attack, your ears are going to fall off, Did you guys ever have that happen?
No, not yet. No, you're not going to lick my face. No.
Rick is desperate to get his truck running again. Yeah, Rick, you got to get the truck running so you can go to all the meetups in Florida. Do it, Rick.
Yeah, we got to get somebody to do an AI version of Rick in his Ford and Milton, just like Every Which Way But Loose. You had Clint Eastwood and you had Clyde, and then you need to have a biker gang coming up like the Black Widows, but you need to make it for something with the something about that with carbs or something. And they come in after, they come up and they said something. He says, "Left turn, Milton." Poof. Because Rick said he picked up an engine, and it reminded me of that movie Every Which Way But Loose, where Clint picked up the car. I don't think I think they had a help or something, but yeah, he picked up the whole front of the car, and Rick mentioned about he picked up an engine before. I'm like, yeah, that reminds me of Clint Eastwood on Every Which Way But Loose. I think I might watch that.
Juliet agrees with you, Brian. She said everybody in Juliet's family agree with you, Brian. Yep. Others find it interesting. Driving to meetups and cooking while driving. Oh, yeah. The violent vegans.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, especially right now. You have to have fiber. Okay, I don't want to sit in the bathroom all day. No, I don't have to have fiber. No.
Well, if I want to go sit in the bathroom all day, all I have to do is eat enough render fat. That'll do it enough.
True. That.
Yeah, add and subtract the fat part of things, and you're pretty much good. That was a true scare when I first started. I was going, because when I got COVID and I got out of the hospital, I got really bad constipated, and it was horrific. It wasn't going like, oh, I can't, and everything, but it was like, okay, you're thinking you're going to have to go to the emergency room bad. So, yeah, just up your butter or whatever. Yeah,
100%.
constipation, joke.
And that's a word of caution I must tell you, Kelly, because I had the back surgery and then they give you the hardcore drugs because it's painful. Same with hip surgery. You're going to need the drugs. You really will, at least to get you over the hump. For I was a bear for 5 days, but I could not poop either. And they don't want you with a hip strain, a back surgery to strain. That's
Yeah,
why they tell you to take all the fiber and the supplements. I said no, but I've experienced strain. So I told the husband, give me butter, bring me lots of butter in the fatty coffees, etc., because then it just flows and you don't strain, Kelly. So all the fiber they try to push into you, I know you're not going to do it, but take the butter, brother. It'll just slide right through.
Oh,
But
I'll
be
be
careful.
I'll have plenty of that. Yes, because I'm gonna try not to take the drugs, but I want to have them just in case. I definitely because probably right afterwards I'm gonna need them.
Oh yeah.
I think that it's almost impossible not to do this diet. When you first start out, well, what ifs, and what ifs. But the more knowledge you get, the more stuff that you can see that you can make it work, like salt, butter, fat, leaner, fattier, everything. And I think a lot of it, or a large percentage of it, comes down to what's between your ears, you know, to get it done.
Gary,
Gary, I
Gary,
can't
you're
see
so
the
funny.
chat. What's going on there?
Gary says, "Oh, he said up your butter. I heard something else at first." Gary, Gary Bear, what
Gary,
you doing?
Gary, you're not Yankee. Calm down.
I'm telling you, those two kill me. They're so funny.
I hope to be wearing one of his shirts on Thomas's show by then. I love those shirts. I go and just look at all the different shirts and stuff, and then all the different creators, their sites that are selling stuff.
Oh yes. Yeah, we still got 21 people in there. Take the butter, brother, says Lizzie. Absolutely.
One
That
hundred
doesn't
percent.
give me all the butters. What it's now 2:12. I think I'm going to wrap this up only because DC is going to be on with Thomas soon. I want to give people a chance to do a potty break. I need to go outside and get some more sun rays myself, put my OSHA ears in to listen. Do you guys have any closing comments or thoughts or anything to close up and round up the conversation? Please, the floor is
Do
yours.
something nice for somebody. Do something nice for somebody.
Marvelous. Good word. And yours, Kelly, what you thinking about to close up the talk today?
Hold on, I was talking to my mother. My mother's here. What'd
Oh,
you
hey, Mom.
say?
I said, if you were going to give us some closing comments today, what would that be in rounding up the conversation?
I would say let's be kind, be positive, have a good attitude, and encourage and support one another.
Absolutely. Those are good words. Well, I thank you guys for jumping on today with us. Thank you so much. Juliet is saying the same thing. Thanks. We appreciate you. We'll close it out. If you guys want to stay in, you can stay in while I shut her down and we can have a little kibitz off stage for a few minutes. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all for coming on today. I know we're going to be seeing each other next at Thomas's house. So we have 45 minutes to eat, do the potty, do all the things. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. For those of you going to DC and Thomas's, I'll see you in 45. 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll see you at Barbara's. Tomorrow at 12 noon, I'll be live again. And then we have the big pizza challenge tomorrow night. We're all looking forward to that. Hugs
In
and kisses.
between, I have my live.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. We got to do the Kelly's live at what time tomorrow?
3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the Pacific Coast, it'll probably be 1 p.m.
Excellent. And Lizzie's asking, what's DC's channel? It's not DC's. It's going to be on Thomas's channel today. Thomas is interviewing DC on Thomas's channel, Lizzie. Love and blessings, everybody says. So again, thank you boys for being on with me. I'm going to close the live and then talk to you guys in the back room for a little bit longer. Hugging kisses, best wishes. Toodles for now, folks. See ya.